The day my parents ran away with my sister Lily, they handed me over to the debt collectors as collateral. This kid's got issues, always glued to books, talking nonsense like an idiot. If you can take her, fine. If not, just sell her for cash. Lily's bright laughter floated from the hallway. Mom, isn't Chloe coming with us? No, sweetie, we're not taking her. I'd heard that sentence countless times. After Lily was born, everyone in the family revolved around her. I ran over, wanting to see, but Mom pushed me away. Don't touch your sister, your hands are dirty. From then on, I was the extra one. When the debt collector's big brother kicked open the door, he saw me squatting in the corner, reading a book on criminal law. Hey, your parents bolted. How do you plan to pay back the money? I closed my book. Sir, I've analyzed your recordings of violent debt collection. 12 points can be argued as civil disputes. Follow my plan, and you can avoid jail time. He froze. I broke down their 3 years of past cases one by one, writing out strategies to mitigate risks. The man with the dragon tattoo finished reading, then cursed. I've been a gang boss for 20 years, and today I just learned you can collect debts legally. He introduced himself as OG Marcus, then crouched down to my eye level. I could clearly see the scar on his chin and my reflection in his pupils. Who taught you to say all that? I shook my head, fighting back my fear as I answered word by word. I taught myself. He scrutinized me from head to toe, his suspicious gaze sweeping over my malnourished arms. Did your parents often hit you? I shook my head. They didn't hit me. They just acted like I didn't exist. There was no plate for me at the dinner table, no face in family photos, and no one cared when I got sick. How old are you? 12. Marcus looked at me, his eyes full of suspicion. The hallway light flickered. He stood up and waved his hand. Frank, bring all our IOUs. Let our big shot lawyer take a look. I don't know how long passed. My legs were numb from squatting. Frank finally carried over a cardboard box. It was heavy, landing on the floor with a thud. Inside were IOUs, contracts, and transfer records, all haphazardly crammed together. Marcus patted the box, nodding at me. Big shot, show us what you've got. Marcus and his crew were playing cards in the living room. 3 men, hunched around a folding table, smoking cigarette after cigarette, the whole room thick with smoke. I sat in the corner, poring over the contents of the box under the dim light. Mid-game, the youngest man, Leo, glanced at me. Marcus, come on, what could a 12-year-old kid possibly figure out? Frank also looked over. She's been sitting there for 2 hours, hasn't moved a muscle. I didn't dare move. I'd seen abandoned kids before. There was a boy, 2 years older than me, who slept beside a trash can after his parents ran off. His eyes were empty, like 2 dark holes. Marcus didn't speak, playing a card. As soon as he spoke, I put down the last file. I'm done. Everyone looked over. I walked to the folding table, and they automatically made space. The table was covered in ash and beer cans. I swept them aside, clearing a spot. I pointed to the first case. The year before last, in March, you said, if you don't pay up, we'll make sure you regret it. That was deemed a threat. But if you'd said, if you don't pay up, we will pursue legal action, it would be a legitimate collection notice. Frank's mouth hung open. I pointed to the second. Taking the debtor's fridge and TV was classified as theft. But if you'd had the debtor sign a debt for asset agreement at the time, it would have been a voluntary civil transaction between both parties. Splashing paint. Illegal, but only civil compensation is needed. Go apologize and pay the person, then have them sign a letter of understanding. Last September was the most dangerous. Someone was injured, a pretty serious injury, but they struck first, so you could argue excessive self-defense, not intentional assault. The sentencing difference between those two is 3 years. The room was silent. No one spoke. Marcus leaned back in his chair, arms crossed, his expression shifting from skepticism to seriousness. Marcus, the kid actually makes some sense. Leo, the young one, picked me up and looked me over, his voice astonished. You're only 12? How do you know all this? Are you a genius? I flailed my arms and legs, wanting him to put me down. My face flushed crimson. No one had ever hugged or picked me up since I was little. I wasn't used to the feeling of being lifted off the ground. I was scared. Marcus took a hard drag from his cigarette, then gave Leo a light whack. She's a girl. She's shy.